This Philly talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today we have ourselves a little Eagles roundtable with some up and coming YouTubers all across the 1K board. And shout out to all the other ones who started before, after. As long as you grinding, we going to take care of you. But we got to talk about this Giants game. I feel like we shouldn't be talking about our next opponent this intense because normally we play on Sunday, but we played on a Tuesday, right? What is your thoughts? First, introduce yourselves for the people who don't know you, and then we're going to get into some thoughts. Go ahead.
Go ahead, you got it first, my man. You got it.
All right. Hey, look, this is your boy JC from JC Eagles Talk. And hey, you can find me on all platforms under the same name, Twitter, IG, Facebook. Hey, look, I do Eagles, but after the season is over, I am from South Jersey. I'm sorry. Hey, the Sixers are my second favorite team, but I'm a Nets fan. So, hey, you can hate me if you want. I'm sorry, but hey, we all Birds family, man. So it's all love in the house. So, hey, thank you. I appreciate you, Philly Mike, man, for bringing me on your network. And hey, anytime you call, I'm there, man, because you was one of the first ones that put me on, that sent your fan to my stream. And like all I kept on hearing, Philly Mike's me. So I'm humble and always loyal to you, my brother. You call, I haul, I'm here, man.
Hey, shout out to you. And we got another one.
Super grateful to my man Philly Mike for bringing me in the building. This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Look, you guys, the Philadelphia Eagles, we 500 now. So with great power comes great responsibility, and a lot is on the line. So super grateful to my man Philly Mike. You know, shout out to my man JC. I know it's always love when we connect. I think this may be maybe the second or third time me and Mike maybe was able to put some work in. Maybe the second or third, something like that. Me and JC, you already know how we get down, man. You put us some work, I think last week. So yeah, man, super excited. Let's get it.
Yeah. And shout out to Ice Baby. She's coming in with a nice trade. Hey, he got a nice view over there. It's real Christmas over there.
Real Christmassy, right?
Fireplace.
But yeah, so you know, the day after Christmas, we will get another game. I think the Christmas gift that a lot of people are talking about, especially Tone, I heard him in his live for a little bit, is that we came ahead and got out of a game that looked like we didn't know what we were doing, right? We had 16 days off, came out rusty, just some freak turnovers, right? Who plays kickball, soccer, and football? I mean, Dallas Goddard not only drops it, a gimme, but he kicks it back up. But the team was able to rally. What do you think the rally point was? And do you think that's now going to kick in? The last 2 or 3 quarters you saw against Washington, is that what type of football we're going to play against the Giants?
Look, I think the rally point was when Nick Sirianni yelled at Jalen Hurts when he was coming off that field after he fumbled. He was careless with the ball, and Nick told him exactly what he needed to hear. You know what I mean? And it's been put out saying that Jalen Hurts loved to be coached that way. You know, he's a son of a coach, so he loved to be coached hard. If he's making a mistake, let him know. Don't be like, hey, it's going to be all right. Get in his ear. Because I've never seen Nick act like that before on the sideline, especially for the camera to catch it at the right moment. And Jalen Hurts is walking straight towards the bench. He's not even paying attention. But who knew? Who knew that's what he needed at that time? Ever since then, he was almost perfect from the field. You know what I mean? I believe he was 22 or 29, whatever it is, and 2 of those incompletions was strictly on Dallas Goddard. So I believe that was a turning point, and I feel like he got the little monkey, not the big monkey like Steve Young was like, get the monkey off my back after they finally won the Super Bowl. Nah, hey, he got that little tiny monkey off his back. He won a divisional game, and I feel like, hey, we are in a great position moving forward against the Giants. Thank God they beat us last time, and it's a shame I said thank God because now Hey, they about to come to Philly and are about to feel the pain. We are in the playoff hunt. They're not. Their quarterback is not even going to start. Their team is tanking for whoever. But look, it is what it is. But I feel like that Jalen Hurts getting yelled at was the turning point, in my opinion.
Yeah, JC, I might have to agree with you, my man. When I saw that on the telecast, I don't want to say I was. I'll be honest, I wasn't necessarily surprised because Nick Sirianni has always shown us from beginning to up until now that he's an emotional guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's always been a extremely vocal guy, especially when it comes to letting the refs know when he feel like he disagrees with a call.
Yeah.
Or if he feels like the refs missed something that he saw, so on and so forth. Nick Sirianni just has always been an emotional guy. Now, sometimes, that can be seen as erratic. Some may see it as being passionate. But for me, in that particular moment, especially when it came to Jalen Hurts being careless with the ball, because at the end of the day, even though that interception wasn't on him, it happened. Even though that fumble, he was trying to make something happen, it was still his fault. So, especially in the red zone, that's the second time I think in the past 3 weeks that he turned it over in the red zone. So that can't happen. And like you said, JC, when he was walking off that field, he didn't necessarily give Nick Sirianni the eye contact, but I know he heard him loud and clear.
Oh, yeah.
And that sent the message not only to Jalen Hurts, that sent the message to the entire roster because everyone saw that, and that showed that no one is exempt from getting chewed out. No one is above reproach. And Jalen Hurts, I believe he's the type of character, he's the type of player that thrives off of that. Like you said, he's a coach's kid. And when you're the privileged one, when you grow up in the privileged role, if you're this type of person, you prefer to be treated a little bit rougher than everyone else. You know what I'm saying? When you work at a business for your dad or for your uncle, what it may be, you want him to treat you like the rest of the employees because you don't want to ostracize yourself. You don't want to make yourself seem above anybody. So I really love saying that, and to make it even more poignant, you saw the results, or you saw the effects of it materialize on the field. And from a play call perspective, we got things on the ball after that Dallas Goddard catch. After Dallas Goddard caught that deep ball and he mossed the safety, that completely shifted our momentum as a team. And you can't forget Fletcher Cox as well. He was vocal from beginning to end. I've never seen Fletcher Cox this vocal as a leader before in his press conferences. And, I don't mean to be long-winded, but in his press conferences, he made it clear that, I normally like to lead by example. But, we lost guys like Malcolm Jenkins. BG's not here right now. So Fletcher Cox as the big money man, as the big man on campus, as the guy that has probably the most experience on that D line or on the defense in general, he has to be the guy to lead not only by example, but to also ignite a fire in his guys.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Fletching that guy who's going to be the outspoken one, like Brandon Graham and even a Malcolm Jenkins. And sometimes it takes longer than you would think to get in that role because some people just put together, if you're good, you're a leader. That's not necessarily true. And Fletch is a guy who's like, look, I'm going to cut out all the shenanigans throughout the year. I'm going to go out there and get my numbers and be that guy in the trenches. But he's not the guy who's going to bring the group together. And I think slowly but surely he's done that. And if we get 4 good games or going into the playoffs of Fletcher Cox playing at a high level, then it is what it is. He is older. We did see the dip in his play when it comes to pass rushing. I think low key the Eagles have been getting better and better and better against the run, something we struggled at in the beginning. And I was shocked because the Eagles for the last 5 years have been one of the best run defenses. But great points. I think it really came down to the discipline in Jalen Hurts after knowing that all the Jalen Hurts talk, right? The whole offseason, the whole bye week, all 16 days were pretty much how can Jalen Hurts and the Eagles win? Not just the Eagles. It was a lot of Jalen Hurts talk. Yeah. And with Minshew showing what he showed against the Jets, for Nick Sirianni to nip it in the bud quickly, and then the response was incredible. And now it's about him going and taking care of business against a team that really made the whole city of Philadelphia really question him, because even in his worst games, he wasn't as bad as he was against the Giants. That was the performance that really stood out. That's like, look, we get more of these, it's pretty much over in the city of Philadelphia. But
Can I ask you guys a question real quick?
go ahead, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? Now, we've been in situations like this before, right? In terms of the game not necessarily starting the way we would like, and we're down already before we get into the second quarter, maybe down by 2 scores before we get into the second quarter. And in years past, well, more specifically last year, um, Carson Wentz had plenty of situations like that. I guess my question to you guys is: do you guys think how would Carson Wentz have respond? How do you guys think Carson Wentz would have responded in that exact situation if Nick Sirianni got with him like that? Or do you guys think that's just not the type of player he is? So basically, do you guys think he would have rose to the occasion if he was chewed out like that, or do you guys think he would have kind of wilted and kind of fell back into mediocrity again?
Go ahead, JC.
Look, I feel like, hey, Carson Wentz, he's proven that he can't handle criticism. So, I mean, we've seen it even on the sideline. I feel like he probably would have. It's hard to say because when everything was going great for Carson Wentz, he made mistakes, but like nobody was correcting him. Even at practice, we heard the rumors that he didn't like to be corrected. He thought that he was right all the time. So in this situation on live TV, like early in that quarter, in the first quarter, I feel like he might have been pissed off and just folded, in my opinion, just because the way he left Philly, his mindset. I never thought his mindset was like that until those words came out of his mouth. When they got hurt, I mentally was not there anymore. And to me, that means that you wasn't never there at all. Because things was going great for you, so you got used to all the praise and stuff like that. But when shit hit the fan, hey, he kind of folded. So I feel like that he probably would not respond the way Jalen Hurts did. But Jalen Hurts has faced adversity, though. At Alabama, Oklahoma, he was a Heisman Trophy runner-up. But he's been to Alabama, the top school in the nation, and he was benched. For Tua, and then when it was time for him to come back in because Tua got hurt, he came back in without no issue. But could Carson Wentz do that? Somebody get hurt, he get benched, he's the starter. Would he be able to put his ego aside? I don't think so.
Yeah, I definitely got to co-sign that. Look, I think Carson Wentz is a guy that when he's on the field, he's going to give it his all. I never questioned his effort. His attitude went on the field, but I think behind his scenes and things had to play his way. Alcubierre, the analyst, another great Eagles content creator, talking about when Malcolm Jenkins questioned how the organization was afraid to even question Wentz's bad play.
Yeah,
you saw Doug Peterson and Wentz's relationship. It was, I do an interception, don't talk to me. I'm gonna go watch the replay on my tablet. I'm going to see where it went wrong and correct it myself. And it didn't get corrected throughout that whole 2020 season. Again, that's not to say that Carson Wentz won't be a good player or a great player. Again, it's the fact that Tone's question was taking that criticism and building off it. I think Carson got to have things going good, and then Carson can play. We've seen an MVP. Will he ever get back to that? Maybe, maybe not. It's not my concern. I got 3 first-round picks. I'm goody. But Jalen Hurts is a guy who shown some struggles throughout the season, but never let it fully rattle him. He came off his worst game, then he played his best game. And in the beginning of his best game was starting to look like possibly another worst game. So that all is levels to it. And just the fact that the last quarterback before this game that won us a game was Gardner Minshew, and the response, not many people can come back in there and then have the first 2 series and not crack. So the one thing I do got to give Jalen Hurts is his leadership, his intangibles, and his toughness. And I'm just looking for that to translate in a full package quarterback. Right now, Jalen Hurts is a great football player. I need him to be a good football quarterback. There's a difference, I think he got the playmaking ability. He can make the clutch throws. Can he make the consistent throws? And that's where I'm at. Definitely going to ride out with Jalen Hurts the rest of the season, win, lose, draw. But I'm not going to be the one that's saying that he's going to be our franchise guy 100%. I desperately want him to. I think it's the best thing for the team, and I like a guy like that carrying our team, attitude-wise and demeanor-wise. But he has to make the consistent throws. He got to get better from the pocket. I don't expect it to happen overnight, though. So, when you look at the decisions that got to be made in the off seasons, I'm willing to go the distance if he continues to show the trajectory pointing up as the team has been doing it. We weren't supposed to be in this playoff push, but here we are. Now,
we here, baby, we here.
let me ask y'all: Do you think Jake Fromm? Who do you think the quarterback will be for the Giants, knowing that Daniel Jones is already out? What is his name? The long neck dude.
Mike Glennon, right?
Glennon.
Mike
Glennon. Yeah, he's been around. Yeah, the giraffe neck guy. So he don't look like he's gonna play. Who do you think is gonna play, Glennon or Fromm? And do you think we should fear the Giants at all, knowing that they did spoil Hurts and give us, again, we had so many opportunities to win this game. But going into this game in Philly, knowing what we know now about this team, what is your confidence level?
Look, hey, if Mike Glennon plays, look, he owes the NFL about $18 million. He done stole $18 million from the NFL since he's been in the league and possibly more. I have no fear in Mike Glennon. You know what I mean? I really don't. Even if Daniel Jones was playing, I still would not have no fear. Only because we lost a couple weeks ago, to them the first time, the way we lost, they were healthy. Like, they had their weapons, you know what I mean? Like, offense and on the defensive side, and still could not muster up no more than 13 points. Yes, it beat us, but still, I'm not afraid of that. Now I feel like that the Eagles probably went into that game kind of like, hey, we got this. But after the meeting they had this past weekend, McLeod spoke, Nick Sirianni gave a heartfelt speech. I feel like this is the rally time. This is it. This is 2019 all over again. With 4 games left, all divisional opponents. What are you going to do? I feel like this team as a whole. And just like Tone said, on the sideline, I've never seen Cox all year, Fletcher Cox all year, give no motivational speech. This dude was in the huddle. He was like, hey, he is pumped up. And I guarantee you that all the players are feeling the same way. They have an opportunity. Who knows if Cox going to be here next year? Who knows if BG going to be here next year? Barnett, all these guys. McLeod, it's been rumored that he's been complaining about playing time. Who knows, who's going to be on this team next year? So this is an opportunity to go into the next 3 games and, really get ourselves in a great situation by making the playoffs, But I feel like the Giants, look, they're going to be the Giants. But they did beat us, so I have 1% fear, but 99% confident that they are going to come to Philly and get that ass whooping that we owe them.
I like that, JC. I feel you. I actually believe. I think the word is Jake Fromm from State Farm is going to be the quarterback. But nonetheless, I'll be honest, regardless who was out there, if it was Daniel Jones, Byron Jones, Chris Jones, Mike Jones, I don't care who you got out there. I trust the Giants to fold time and time again. Now, like JC said, they did beat us, and the reality is the reality, and the results were the result. But I don't think you're going to ever see Jalen Hurts play that bad ever again.
Yes.
3 interceptions, boneheaded at that. It wasn't like they were, potentially good throws. They were just bad throws, bad decisions. But at the end of the day, I trust my Philadelphia Eagles to come hold it down at home, take care of business with the New York Giants. Let's be totally honest. The New York Giants have not done anything this season to remotely give us faith in anything that they're doing. They have not given us any semblance of faith for their present. Damn sure haven't given us any faith for their future. They fired their offensive coordinator and Jason Garrett, brought in Freddie Kitchens, a guy that can't be trusted at all. Damn near almost ruined Baker Mayfield, but Baker Mayfield is already down the toilet. But I digress. On top of that, Joe Judge is sitting there playing Eagles music and Meek Mill in practices, trying to get them geared up. Come on, my man. Stop it with the antics. Stop it with the novelty. At the end of the day, you gotta show up and play 60. At the end of the day, it's my guys versus your guys. And I trust my O-line to play smash my football against your D-line. I trust my D-line to come in and abuse your offensive line. Like JC said, only 13 points, and we played terribly. We arguably played our worst game of football all season, and you guys only got 3 points out of it. Oh, yeah. Y'all got lucky. This time, y'all gonna be in Philly, and we smacking that ass straight like that.
And bring your bench too, by the way. Hey, bring the bench. Yo, it seems to be working.
Yeah. Yeah, bring the bench. You're just gonna be sitting on it for the majority. The offense will be sitting down because our offense will be on the field. Yeah, I agree. I think this is a game where you never want to overlook a divisional opponent, but the way we lost, I just can't see another.
Yeah,
I can't see an execution being that bad. I don't see any type of way that they can be in this game, especially when not only was it the 3 picks, the Boston Scott fumble with like
that was very uncharacteristic. Very
the touchdown that got called back because of the Herbert holding.
Correct. There's just so many things happen that I can't see it being drawn up that way again. And that's what I believe it's going to take, because no matter how bad Daniel Jones is, he's still better than the guys that are going to be playing. And the team is less healthier than what it was when it played us last time. Absolutely. And we're going to be in Philly. And we don't forget. Yeah. And I think us playing in Philly earlier in the season where we were playing some top-notch teams, we were still learning. And let's be honest, I'm loving what Nick Sirianni's doing now. No question about it. But it took us a little bit to get where we were. So we were playing the best teams doing our worst idea of football, right? Like, we're not a passing team. So we were trying to compete with the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Bucks, the Raiders, even Niners with throwing the ball. I think now if we could get some of them games back, we'd play them different regardless. But that's neither here or there. We got the road ahead of us. We couldn't ask for an easier or a more favorable matchup. We were 10-point favorites last week. We're going to be double-digit favorite this week, and we got to take care of business. Now, I do think the Washington matchup next week in the Dallas, we don't want to jump ahead. That's going to be tougher because they're going to be healthy, and Dallas might be playing for something. There's a crazy scenario where
I already know what you're about to say. I already know.
7 seed, 2nd seed, first round of the playoffs.
I want
Dallas
it.
Eagles.
I want it. I'm gonna be honest. Listen. I'll be honest with y'all. I want it. I want Dallas twice. I want them twice. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. I want 3 times. Well, I mean 2 times in a row. But yeah. But I want those guys for a 3rd time. You know what I'm saying? Because this I'll be honest with you. I've never been one to run from the smoke. I've never been one to be shy about how I feel about things. And I'm telling you, man, I want that. I want them 2 weeks in a row. If we get into the play, and that's the biggest fear. I'm telling you, Dallas don't want us to get into these playoffs. I'm telling you, because we are playing our best football right now. And Dallas, you're sure the defense is doing some pretty exciting things, but that offense is still stagnant to me. I'll be completely honest with you. But the bottom line is this: we're the number 1 rushing team. We've had a top 5, top 10 offense for the past 7 weeks. Since week 8, we arguably had a top 10, top 5 offense. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The defense is playing better than ever. We're literally stifling teams on the run. And that's actually Dallas's weakness right now. They can't consistently run the ball. But what can we do? We can consistently run the ball. We can dictate pace. We can dictate time of possession. The goal, our style of football is to be physical. Our guys versus your guys. Dictate the pace, dictate momentum, and also have more plays than the other team. Now, I'm not saying we need to have 80 plays in a game. Where I'm not saying go for the chip, go to Chip Kelly route. But the goal is to have more plays than the opponent. The goal is to keep their offense on the sideline, which is going to keep the offense cold, going to wear down their defense. Because if you be honest, in that Washington game, they've had moments where they were able to get the Jalen Hurts, but for the better part of that game, the pass rush really wasn't there. They have moments, but we wear them down so much, and a lot of teams can't handle that, And what I'm noticing now, a lot of the teams that are actually starting to, transcend, they're physical, they have a running game, and they can stop the run, and they don't turn the ball over. That has to be the things we focus on. That's how we win games, by not turning the ball over. That we got bailed out, against Washington. We managed to come back off of that. They're a bad team. They were weak, but the Giants, they're food at the end of the day. I'm sorry. I'm putting them on the grill. I'm putting them on a shish kebab. They food. But the next Washington matchup will be more difficult. We're going to be on their home turf. They're going to want redemption. That's going to be tough. But Dallas, I'm telling you, they're going to come in and take us lightly. and then we're going to beat that ass so bad that when we get into the playoffs, I'm putting it into the universe. When we get into the playoffs as the 7th seed, and they're going to be the 2nd seed, we're gonna go to Jerry World and we're going to redeem ourselves because that's what we have to do. That's what's on the line. And I'm telling you, I feel it. I feel it. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be Super Bowl contenders. I'm not saying that, but I want to put somebody in the mouth if we get into the playoffs. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And if it's Dallas, I'm with it.
Ooh, that will be, look, for all intents and purposes, that's a dream matchup, especially if we can come away with the W. Like I said, we weren't supposed to be in this situation, but here we are. Shout out to Lawrence James, though, with the $5 super chat. My guy, Merry Christmas. If I don't talk to you before then, he said, fly, Eagles, fly. We need a late Christmas present win over the G-Men. Happy holidays, Eagle Nation. You already know, my guy. Appreciate you. But yeah, I definitely, I hate skipping over the matchup we have now, but with playoffs being a real possibility, look, the Eagles have their own COVID issues. I try not to say because they be putting all that CDC stuff on your stuff.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I said it in my last video, and everybody was like, because every time people would comment, why does this guy spell it out every time he says it? Because I don't want all that extra stuff on my thing.
I called the vid.
There you go.
I see the list. Hey, they're on that list.
But Dalvin Cook just went on it, right? And if you look at before he went on it, I was creeping on the Vikings remaining schedule, and it was the Rams, the Packers, the Bears.
Yep.
So Rams, Packers, Bears. 2 out of the 3 are easily losable, right? Like they're going to be the underdogs in them games. Not saying they can't pull one out the hat. They don't got Thielen. No Thielen. No Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson's a baller. We're not going to get all up into that. But the Vikings lose 1 game, and then it's really our destiny. They lose 2 games. Now you have even more wiggle room, but I don't need anybody to help me. I want to go finish our food, and it starts with the Giants. Let me ask you this, though. Coming out of that Washington football game, seeing Dallas Goddard go now back-to-back, 2 different quarterbacks, got the bag. I know he dropped some gimmies, and that got to clean up because he already, what do you have, $130 something?
133, I believe. Yeah, 136, whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
The first drop was crucial in the sense it was a turnover, and that's bad. The second drop, there was so much green grass.
Drop killer.
Did a great job dropping back enough to really float that ball to Dallas, and he had nothing but green grass. How do you feel about Dallas Goddard continuing to be dominant, and what is that doing to the confidence or the targets to Devontae Smith? So give me your take on how happy you are for Dallas Goddard, but now the production of our number 1 wide receiver, Smitty, going down because he was being targeted and catching the ball more earlier in this season, especially compared to the last 3.
See, hey, look, I love the fact that Dallas Goddard is really proving that he's worth the money that Howie Roseman paid him. He is that dude. I believe just going into next year, he will be a top 3 tight end, maybe top 4, maybe Andrews, Kittles, and Kelsey. But besides that, there's no other tight end that I would want on this team besides Dallas Goddard, not Kyle Pitts, not anybody else. So he is that dude, but give him opportunities. So the more you start focusing on Goddard, Smith will be open. So I'm not even worried about Smith not getting targets. Hey, this is his first year. I understand that everybody want instant oatmeal. Put it in the microwave, boom. Hey, it's good within 5 minutes. That's not how the NFL works. The NFL have time. So I would not try to throw to Smith. And even if we want to see Smith because we are looking at other rookies that's doing very, very well. But Smith is doing outstanding. Goddard will only help Smith out in the long run. But also, I'm glad they are starting to use Goddard because a quarterback best friend is the tight end. So him making those, did you see that one catch over 2 guys? I thought that was picked.
That was one of the throws I would have said, Jalen, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, good throw, good catch. I was
Yo,
like,
better, honestly, better, all right throw, better catch.
Risky
Very risky.
Hey.
Because that safety, he had it. If Goddard was a weakling, you know what I mean? But go ahead, Jason.
But I can say this, though. See, that's what you want in a receiver or a tight end, a pass catcher to do for you. Because let's be honest, not saying the great ones do this all the time, but I've seen the Mahomes, the Bradys, the Rodgers. They throw the ball in harm's way, but they got a Devontae. Give me that. They got a Kelsey. Give me that. They got a Gronk. Give me that. So it's good to see sometimes where you know what? My player's better than yours. I'm going to throw it up. I don't need to be perfectly accurate. I don't need to hit him in stride. My guy's better than yours. And I want some of these guys on the Eagles, right? The route runners are good, but when you run good routes, necessarily you want your quarterback to do its job and deliver in stride. But when you have guys who are just more physical and better, you need them guys. And you can just go ahead and throw it up. Because I've seen, look, Eli Manning got a couple touchdowns to Plexico Burress back in the day. Just like, please, God.
Please. Hey, remember the Super Bowl one? Tyree, the helmet catch. Come on, hey, you need that. Hey, I agree. And you know what? Catching the ball is contagious. Yo, Rager, he started catching the ball. Devontae Smith making sideline catches like, hey, he's looking like Jerry Rice on the sideline. Unbelievable catches. But that all starts with, Dallas Goddard. I feel like if you built your pieces around your quarterback and your tight end and Dallas Goddard, man, he could be that dude. So I'm not even worrying about the Devontae Smith lack of targets. He will be over 800 yards for a rookie season. That's pretty darn good to me, especially when Goddard is almost at 800, Devontae Smith. So now, hey, you are spreading the ball around. So, hey, you don't know who to go into any game and say, hey, we got to stop Goddard. We got to stop Smith. We got to stop Quest. We got to stop Miles Sanders, man, like rushing forward 700 yards already, and he missed a couple games. So imagine if we started running week one, where would this running attack be? So I'm not worried about Smith at all. And he's not a complainer. He's not a whiner. He's not going to say, hey, give me the ball. So that helps a lot also, so you ain't got to worry about trying to force the ball to him. So, hey, I love it that Goddard is worth every penny so far, and I kind of knew it just based on a couple of years ago, just watching him live at Washington in the 2019 season where he caught some big balls and oops.
I was going to go. I was going to rock. I was going to rock, bro.
Hey, he made some crucial catches.
There we go.
And had some yak behind it. And that's the thing about Goddard. He never goes down. As soon as he catches the ball, for a fact he's going to get you some more yards. You know what I mean? So he's not a catch and drop guy. So, hey, I'm good with that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Again, we're all on the same page here. I love what I'm seeing from Dallas Goddard, especially these past two games. He had this one catch the other day where he caught it, he caught it and ran into the red zone, and they almost had him down, but he caught himself, and he was just trying to squeeze and get in there, but he was a little short. But man, like the dude is a battling ram. He's a Gatling gun. Like he just goes, and I love his energy. I love what he brings to the table, man. I'm excited for his development. He's only going to get better. That's the scary part. He's only going to get better. He's only going to get more targets, more reps. And I'll be honest, I'm not really upset with the fact that Devontae Smith's targets, or I guess catches, or however you want to define it, have kind of went down just a little bit, because let's be totally honest, Dallas Goddard might be our best weapon right now in the passing game because of him being a big body target. Which will help a guy like Jalen Hurts. His catch radius is pretty huge. But also he's the guy. He's the money maker right now in your offense. He's the money guy. And at the end of the day, not only do you want to validate that you paid the right guy, but also a tight end, like JC said, is a young quarterback's best friend. And based on how we're playing football, especially that we're running the ball and we're putting ourselves in a lot more third and short situations, your tight end becomes that much more deadly in third and short rather than in third and long situations. You don't really trust a tight end to really go 20, bail you out of a 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 25. You don't really trust that. You more so go for your wide receivers because of the speed and the separation aspect of it. But when you're in those 3rd and short situations, your tight end, they don't know if he's going to block. They don't know if he's going to do a screen. They don't know if he's going to do a quick slant. They don't know if he's going to run in the flat. They don't know if he's going to do an out route. They don't know if he's going to run up the seams. They have no idea what he's going to do because he can, at that point, the world is your oyster. You're going to run almost any play you want. So I'm super excited about where Dallas Goddard is going. A lot of people, I was having a little debate last night on my live stream. I personally, in my humble opinion, I consider Dallas Goddard to be in that top 5 echelon.
Easy.
And the reason I say that is because he does everything. He's not just
his blocking is super underrated, and you need that for a tight end.
Underrated. Yeah. His blocking doesn't get talked about enough. He's just as important to our running game just as the offensive lineman. But I consider him to be top 5. The only people, and then if I'm taking this a step further, the only tight ends that I can definitively say who are better than him, and I mean definitively, without a question, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Gronk. Everybody else, and maybe Darren Waller. Other than that, everybody else is debatable. You listen. You got to show me.
No one else is better than him. Out of that,
you got to show me, because he.
How about Andrews? Mark Andrews. No, you not put him. Just
listen. Andrews is really good. Andrews is really good. I'm not going to take nothing away from him, but I'm betting on my guy.
Yeah, I forgot about Andrews for a second. And here's my thing. I'm looking at Gronk like he's about to be done. So if we're looking at the stats today, I wouldn't take a Gronk now.
No.
We're talking about Gronk's a Hall of Famer, so you can't think about the past Gronk. You got to think about 2021 Gronk. But all great points. And I'm not worried about Devontae Smith because
I'm not either.
I know, and I'm glad you guys are not. But I saw some people in the comment sections like you can't be hard on them, and y'all answers definitely were. And I want to let them know I'm not either. I've said it in my own videos. He's going to be a special piece for the Eagles. That catch he made on the sideline where he was almost horizontal, still able to get that toe drag swag is just
you can't teach that. You can't teach that. You know what I'm saying? And another thing real quick about Dallas Goddard, he presents the most mismatches as well.
Correct.
That's another reason why he gets most of the targets. And I honestly felt like because he's the money man and also because he can present the most mismatches, his ability to run crisp routes, catch the ball, yards after the catch, he can really present a lot of challenges to opposing defenses. I personally felt like Dallas Goddard should have been number 1 in terms of targets, then Devontae Smith a close second. I think I had a stat or if we were throwing the ball 25 times, because I personally believe that's Jalen Hurts' sweet spot, throwing the ball 25 times, no more than that. He threw it 26 times. That's give or take 25. But I personally feel that 25 pass attempts is that sweet spot for him. Between 24 to 26 throws. And if he was for the sake of argument, if Jalen Hurts was throwing that ball 25 times, right, in a game on average, I would feel comfortable with his targets being divided like this: 9 targets to Goddard, 8 to Smith, 4 to Quez, 2 to Rager, and then 2 to whatever running back he throws to at that time. I believe Dallas Goddard and Devontae Smith should get the bulk of the targets. But I feel like Dallas Goddard should supersede him in targets right now because Dallas Goddard has the experience. He's also the money guy right now. The way we play offense, the way we play football right now, it's more conducive to having a dominant tight end than having a dominant perimeter guy. Yeah.
Because of the run game.
Because of the run game.
Let's get to these super chats. And like I said, but the sparks, the shining plays, the highlight plays you've seen for Devontae already, the catch over Surtain, the catch on the sideline, when the volume starts to come, he's going to be ready for it. And that's all we can expect because the Eagles haven't had a guy who, when the volume came, was able to get it done. But shout out to Dante Hill with the $5 super chat. Just a matter of time before Hurts and Nick figure it out. Love the show. And I think you're right. And I don't even think it's a matter of time. I think it happened on the sidelines.
Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question real quick. Let me ask you a question real quick. And I don't mean to interject, but when was the last time, and I really thought about this, right? When was the last time we had a wide receiver that we can definitively say when that ball going to him, we close our eyes and know he catching it? Like when was it? Like really think about that. Like it's been such a long time since we had a guy that we had undying, unfathomable trust in. It's been such a long time.
Yeah. Or just a guy that you're like this. Look, they're double teaming our tight end, which Zach Ertz got for his whole career. They're double teaming our tight end. He got one-on-one coverage. It's 3rd and 6. Not too long. That's a manageable 3rd down.
Right.
The ball's going to him.
Right. Absolutely.
Hot. Don't worry about it. We're going to get the 1st down. You know what I mean? Kind of how he already has it in his mind because he went to Sirianni in the Giants game. Give me the ball.
Right.
Give me the ball.
Especially in that situation. Like,
give me the ball.
Listen, he know Rager better than we do. He said, yo, he said, yo, I love my man to death, but he ain't it.
Yeah, give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Give me the rock.
Yeah. Shout out to Witch King with the $5 donation. Do y'all see us re-signing Howard or Sanders next year? This is a good one. We can get into that. I'm liking the 1-2 punch we currently have with them. What's y'all thoughts on that?
I think that they both get. Look, first of all, a Miles Sanders is here for another year or 2. So with that, we sign him next year, because I believe next year is his 4th year. Next year should be his 4th year.
Yeah, he's on the second. He was a second rounder, so he's on that. He was in front of. Exactly,
okay, so right. So all right, so he's definitely going to be here next year, and I feel like that we are going to try to re-sign him next year because we are starting to see. Matter of fact, this off season, we might try to re-sign him. You know how Howie thinks, man. He's trying to get ahead of it before he balls out, but he started to ball out too late, a little bit too late, in my opinion. So, but this off season, I feel like that he's a priority for the Philadelphia Eagles to re-sign, especially him being a 2nd rounder, so he does not get the 50 option. So definitely the Philadelphia Eagles will try to re-sign him. As far as Jordan Howard, man, that's a tough question. But that's a tough question when you have Gainwell and Boston Scott. I mean, you can't play all 4 of them. It's one of those, hey, are you going to try to pay all 4 running backs to be on your team? Or, I mean, who are you going to let go? I want Jordan Howard here, but I do not see him getting re-signed a 1-2 punch with Miles Sanders. I see Gainwell and Boston Scott moving forward, but Jordan Howard, I do not see him because he's there's a reason why he constantly on these other teams. Nobody want to give him a long-term contract. Would I do it? Yeah, absolutely. I would re-sign Howard and Miles Sanders this offseason immediately. But I'm not the GM. I'm thinking like Howie. Sanders, he would try to get a deal done with Sanders.
Like Howie, you got to take a sip. You know.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah. I mean, I really feel like Miles Sanders definitely. If I was a gambling man, which I am, I would bet that Howie tried to sign Miles Sanders this offseason to a 4 or 5 year deal, probably worth around $90 million. But I don't know about the guarantee money, but that's what I'm betting. 4 or 5 year deal, $90 million. That's
a lot of money, and I don't even think. Listen, if you're thinking like Howard, he ain't getting that money.
Hey, we got money to spend. That's the thing, man. When you got money to spend,
give it to the right guys. You got to give it to the right
guys. Just because you can, does that ever mean you should?
Exactly.
But anyway,
the cornerbacks we signed. Hey, did you see the bust cornerbacks that we signed in free agency?
Yeah, we're not trying to do that no more though. Ever again.
Right. But no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But look, here's my take on it. Right? I'll be completely honest with you. Yeah. Boston Scott is walking. I'll be honest. I think Boston Scott is walking, and the reason he's walking is because Kenny Gainwell's right there. Kenny Gainwell is too much of a similar back to Boston Scott. Jordan Howard is the only anomaly in the running back room. And to answer your question about why he. Well, not necessarily a question, but your statement more so why he is a journeyman, really, or why teams don't want to give him a long-term deal. It's because Jordan Howard's style of running back is sort of, for lack of better terms, he's a dinosaur. And unless you're elusive and you have power, a lot of these teams don't want to invest in a power back. A lot of these teams don't want to invest in a running back who's looking to get contact rather than avoid it. And as we already know, teams already don't want to pay running backs in general. I actually believe that Miles Sanders will get the contract, but I actually believe the Eagles have the leverage because, Miles Sanders hasn't had injuries, but also he hasn't had a 1,000-yard rushing season. Now, hear me out on this one.
Whose
I
fault
know,
is that?
I know that Miles said, well, he's been hurt, so you can make an argument either way. But nonetheless, you can't blame someone for being hurt. But but also Miles Sanders, he may not be 1,000-yard rusher, but he's going to give you over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, all-purpose yards every single season if you use him the way he's supposed to be used. Because in 2 seasons in a row, his rookie season, he had over 1,300 yards from scrimmage, all-purpose yards. Then in his follow-up season, sophomore season in the NFL, he had about just over 1,100 yards from scrimmage. And then this season, he's on pace. If he continues to get the rock like he's supposed to, if he continues to be productive, he's on pace to probably eclipse over 1,000 yards from scrimmage as well. So when you think about it from that perspective, and when you include his health, I think the Eagles have the leverage. I think the most they'll probably give him or offer him, because he's a running back, and because they're so expendable, unfortunately, I see them offering him a 3-year deal. Now I'm not sure how much, but I see them saying, "Look, Miles, we got 3-year extension for you. This amount guaranteed, but his cap hit is not going to be that great. I foresee them giving him most of his contract up front and then allowing him to play out the rest. But I see at minimum him getting a 3-year deal. I don't think he's getting a 5-year extension. I don't see that at all because running backs, unfortunately, they're a dime a dozen. They drafted a guy like Kenny Gainwell, who's shown us that he's capable of executing the running game. Still developing, of course. But Kenny Gainwell was kind of like that, that nudge to Miles that, hey, listen,
Yeah.
We got a young guy here that can run the rock too.
He could do you.
Yeah, he could do you. You know what I'm saying? The only person on that in that running back room that can't be replicated in terms of what we have is Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard, we saw what our running game looked like without him. It's very different. We don't run with the same physicality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Jordan Howard brings that different flavor, a different pace to the running game. And I'll even approach it from this perspective. Think about our Super Bowl season. What did our running back room consist of? It consisted of a one cut back in Jay Ajayi. It consisted of a power back in LeGarrette Blount, and it consisted of a receiving back in Corey Clement. That scat back. You need, in my opinion, you need that blend of backs to really succeed, in my opinion.
Unless you have a Derrick Henry.
Unless you have a Derrick Henry, right? Unless you have a guy like Derrick Henry. But those guys are or Jonathan Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are once in a freaking generation running backs, right? And then sometimes you may consider Nick Chubb in that run, but he still splits carries with Kareem Hunt. So there's only and Dalvin Cook is either hurt or dealing with something.
Yeah, but you can tell there's like a top 5. Like they're the guys that, if healthy, they deserve the money because they carry their team, right? They carry the team.
Legitimately carry our team. And the way our running game is set up, we don't need a running back to carry our team.
Because Hurts is doing it too.
Exactly. But to that point, I don't want my quarterback leading the team in rushing. That makes me nervous. But overall, I think Miles will get re-signed. I think Jordan Howard, I think he's already under contract for next season anyway. So I don't know if they're going to jump out the window and extend him right away. But I think Miles will get signed, maybe a 3-year deal, because he's a running back and you don't really know what his health is. And on top of that, I think Jordan Howard will come back. Kenny Gainwell will come back. I think Boston Scott will be the one to walk.
Yeah, I'm going to just make mine really short and sweet. I think we do extend Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders will understand what he's worth, in the sense of, man, I have been nicked up. I keep asking for more carries. When I get them, I get nicked up even quicker. And I do believe he knows. I mean, he's averaging 5 yards a carry for his career. If you look at, and again, he's now been in the league for 3 years. If you look at just the backs who've averaged 5 yards per carry for 3 years or more, it's a few.
Not many.
It's his injuries. He's hitting the hole better in a lot of things. I think a 3 to 4 year deal, but I think he's going to be team friendly. He won't be top 7 paid running back. I think he's going to understand that. And if you can get him outside the top 7, it's a deal I want to take. I do believe Howard will be here next year. I don't know about going forward, but Howard got to look at his own thing in the mirror too and say, dang, Miami took me, didn't use me. Not many teams want me. If he can take a contract that he knows he's not the guy, he's the battering rammer, he's still only 26. You think of Jordan
Yeah.
Howard, you think he's old, 26. So I think Howard's here next year. Miles gets signed in the offseason, and if Howard shows he can continue to do the 1-2 bang bang boom boom, he will be there as well. Let's get to this super chat because we got another one quickly. Christian, shout out to you with the $2 super chat. Who are y'all breakout player this week? Give me one player this week that's just gonna rise and be like, well, we're gonna watch him on a highlight reel throughout the next week.
Jalen Hurts. I mean, he faced this team before. He played like doo-doo. Had his worst game of the season. So I feel like it's personal for him, especially that image that keep just getting stuck in my head with him. The last throw, him bending over, and Mariota just his hand on his back. That image against the Giants. So I think that he's going to ball out. Jalen Hurts.
Who you got, Tone? Who's your one guy that when it's all said and done, you're gonna be like, dang. Everybody contributed because we about to really work these Giants, right? We're gonna
I believe that.
But
right.
when you say, dang, man, this guy's effort was legit, who is it?
You know what? I'm gonna go out and say it. I'm gonna say my man Jordan Howard. That's my guy. I'm rocking. Jordan Howard loved his city. He loved playing in Philadelphia. You saw it when his first year here, and it sucked that we didn't keep him. Like I really didn't understand why we didn't keep him. It really threw me for a loop. But I think Jordan Howard actually ends up breaking one because if you notice, Jordan Howard, it seems like he's always a step away from breaking it. But somebody just tap that ankle or somebody get him from behind, wherever it may be. But I got a feeling now. Not to say Miles Sanders is not going to do this thing, but we're a run heavy team, so Jordan Howard is going to get the touches. I really believe Jordan Howard is really going to run some people over, man. Like I think his effort is going to be undeniable. Again, we got so many people, so many guys in this team that's just looking to eat, and I think Jalen Reagor's confidence is starting to improve just a little bit more and more because of that game. And a lot of people were saying like, I know I'm kind of veering off from Jordan Howard, but Jordan Howard is my guy. That's my breakout player. But when it comes to Jalen Reagor, just an aside, a lot of people were saying that, oh wow, Jalen Reagor had a good game. Whoop-de-doo. I'm like, you guys have to take the good with the bad. You guys have to understand that he has to stack these reps, stack these days. And at the end of the day, he's coming from a deficit. He's coming from the basement, and now he has to earn the right to come back. He's coming from the basement, and now he has to earn the right to come to the living room. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually he has to, and then eventually he's gonna earn his right to get to the dinner table. You know what I'm saying? So it's a progression with him, and as long as he continues to do his job. At the end of the day, just take what they give you. Whenever you have the opportunities, take advantage of them like he did in this past game. He's going to be okay. At this point, we're not asking you to be a number one. We're asking you to do your job. And then who knows what he may materialize into. The goal is just to get his confidence up so he understands that he has a role and he has a skill set that can be used.
Hey, I agree. Once again, shout out to Robert Drennan with the $9.99 super chat. I'm going to get it both out the way. Merry Christmas and happy birthday. He said, what up, y'all? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Question, what's up with all the Hurts hate? He played a great game the other day. Can a brother get a play? Birth for my 39th born day? Blessings to y'all. Once again, 39. You get
happy birthday, my guy.
The big 4-0, but you still not there yet. Live it up. Live it up.
Time to act a fool.
Time to act a fool for at least one more year. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be a fool in my 40s too, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
I still got a decade to go. But you're right? 20 of 26, 296 yards, 3 total touchdowns. Passer rating that it was pretty good over 100. And it's like, well, did you see him miss Kenneth Gainwell? Well, did you see him fumble in the first quarter?
Quarterback miss guys all the time. That happens all the time.
When he threw it to Dallas Goddard, he somehow that's his fault too. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, he did everything that we wanted him to do the remainder of the game. The only problem I've seen that game, if I want to be super critical, was the fumble, right? I don't even, and yes, the Kenneth Gainwell miss in a quick slant was bad.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I was fooled too. Like I swear still that the Washington football team jumped off sides and it was a bang, bang, boom play. Like, he didn't drop back fully. It was a two-step drop, and he fired it to Devontae, which is a wrong decision. I just believe he was thinking a flag was going to come late because I could have sworn it was offside.
So you think he took a shot?
I think that's what I thought. Right now,
got you.
That
make more sense now.
Yeah, I think that, and I will say the Dallas Goddard Moss over 2 defenders was a bad decision. But again, sometimes you're gonna listen when Aaron Rodgers or Brady throw off the back foot in a bad decision, but Devontae Adams or Gronk makes an impeccable catch. It's like, dang, they knew it. They got the chemistry. So why can't we say that? Dallas Goddard has shown
right.
he got the bag. He's gonna be trusted. And again, when I'm live watching, and I'll be the first one to say, yeah, Jalen missed some throws, but I think this game, all in all, he threw in the middle. I seen him with his eyes come off his first read. He ran the ball only 38 yards, right? This guy got to stop running and win with his arm. He did. He physically won with his arm. 2 wide receivers over 50, a tight end over 100. I mean, he spread the wealth.
Yeah,
and
on top of that,
close the game out with bro.
Close the game out with the Greg Ward touchdown. He won with his arm. The moment the score got within 3 points, the moment when the pressure came on, it said, okay, look, if you don't score on this drive, there's a chance they can go down there and take the lead, right? He understood the assignment. We have to give that man credit for understanding the assignment, for doing his job, and for standing tall in that pocket. He saw that play action with Jordan Howard. He
threw him open. Anticipation throw.
Ran outside the numbers. Anticipation throw. Trusted that Greg Ward was going to get the job done. Put it where only he can get it. I personally believe that was Jalen Hurts. That was arguably a top 3 throw in his career for Jalen Hurts. I think that might have been his best throw of his career when you think about it from top to bottom. Everything surrounding that throw. You think about the fact he threw it to Greg Ward, the back shoulder, the way Greg Ward snagged it.
He was covered heavily.
Everything about that play was flawless. Flawless. The execution was amazing. So how can you hate that man? And I feel like it's some people, and this is what kills me about some of our fans, man. Some of the Eagles fans, excuse me. It's like, at the end of the day, whoever's out there, you should want them to succeed no matter what. And it seems like there's a lot of self-sabotage going on in our own fan base. If Jalen Hurts is winning, we're winning. If Jalen Hurts is successful, we're successful. Y'all should want him to be the guy so we can actually spread the wealth when it comes to our draft capital. We should want him to do well.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, shout out to my guy Cryptolicious, because I love him to death. No, but look, at the end of the day, he's a diehard Eagle fan, older head. And in the beginning of the stream, he said, he's definitely not sold on Jalen. He's definitely he wants a pure passer, but he gave Jalen all the credit for this game, right? He's the guy who still says going forward, I think Jalen's not the guy, but that's what I respect. Guys who don't believe Jalen Hurts is the guy because what they saw week 1 through week 10, you could say that, but some people don't give him credit for this game. And as Cryptolicious will say, pause, and I said this in my last video, right? You only play who you play. And the same way I gave Minshew credit for that win against the Jets, I also wanted to say it was the Jets, and I'm going to give Hurts credit for this win, but I'm going to say again, it was Washington who team, right? I still think the Jets are so bad on defense that Washington's up here, Jets here, but with the Washingtons missing from COVID, it kind of rounded out. So again, 250, 296, 25 completions, 20 completions, both over 100 passer rating. Both somehow got 3 touchdowns, not all through the air. So I'm taking all that in. But right now, we didn't come into the season with a mindset, well, let's see if Minshew's the guy. We came into let's see if Hurts is the guy. And in the process, we found out all our backups stink, and we went out and got Minshew. Because remember that who was the backup that we had in not Joe? Well, Joe Flacco we traded, right? But
Mullins.
Nick
Mullins was, oh my God.
Right? So, but real quick though, we do got 213 in the chat. We've been going live for 59 minutes.
That's fly.
Hey, 213. No reason why we can't get at least 100 likes. Come on, man. It's free.
Why
It's
not?
easy. It don't cost a thing. And it brings more Philly fans. It's easy. Hit it for your boy. Sometimes y'all be forgetting. The real ones don't, though. I be seeing them. I be seeing y'all. Yeah, definitely hit that. And go subscribe to Tone to Shield. All you got to type in the search bar is Tone to Shields the second or oh
Yeah,
no,
or
just Chalk It Up
chalk it up
Sports.
Sports Philly, chalk it up Sports Philly, or Tone. It's all gonna pop up really, but chalk it up Sports Philly. That's the new channel name. Wanted to build more of more of an identity around the brand. So yeah, chalk it up Sports Philly. That's the show. That's the brand. And make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe, comment. I'm very active on there. So make sure you guys check me out, man. We on the road to 2K.
Yeah. And definitely go ahead, let them know again. We got the 211 up in here.
You know what I mean? Hey, JC Eagles Talk on all platforms, even on Facebook, man. Every Monday or every after victory, loss, or a victory Monday or a loss. Hey, man. Look. I post about the Eagles on my Facebook all the time, man. And I love to interact with everybody.
Definitely.
Win or lose. Hey, we could talk about the Eagles. I don't care. I mean, that's what I'm here for. I never get offended. Look, I don't defend anyone in particular, but I defend the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagle brand. I've been an Eagle fan for so long. So, hey, just hit me up, man. JC Eagles Talk on YouTube, on Twitter, on IG. I post daily. So, hey, I see y'all there, man. So let's go, Mike. Come on, man. What's the next one, man? What's the next topic you got for me, man?
We gonna rock out for a little bit more. You know what I mean? Philly Mike got some stuff to do. Hey, but Tony, I did the same thing when I first started. My channel was just Philly Mike. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's when I came up with the Philly Talk podcast. I still said I was the Philly Talk podcast, but it was known under Philly Mike. So I made that change. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm still thinking about I've been slagging on the merch for forever, but we gonna figure something out soon. But once again, shout out to y'all. Eagle Nation ain't nothing without y'all. And we really do like hearing y'all thoughts because sometimes y'all, hey, I be struggling to get another topic. I be seeing y'all in the chat. I'll be using y'all. You know what I mean? So keep doing y'all stuff.
Like they don't realize how much they really are a part of like our content, a part of the show. Like without them, like they are the oil in the engine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They are the pistons that keep everything going. Like we're truly grateful to the supporters, to the subscribers, man. Like I make it very clear, you guys are always a part of the show. Content is nothing without y'all, man. You guys put the batteries in our back and you guys make all this worthwhile. Some of the smartest football fans that I've ever had the pleasure of communicating with. I'm real grateful to you guys, Mike, JC. You know what I'm saying? Like this is always a dope experience for me. I'm always humble, man, because the way I see it, this content game, we're immortalized in my opinion through this stuff, man. Like God forbid, we spend our last day on earth today. Our voices, our likeness, our image, our words, our passion is in the airwaves, in the internet, bro. And at the end of the day, bro, we live forever. That's how I see it, man. Let's rock out to the wheels fall off.
Yeah, until YouTube's like, oh, this guy's dead. Get him up out of here. That'd be messed up. I'll be like, dang, bro. We gonna finish out with some Eagles talk because that's what we do here. Yeah, game on Sunday. Let me ask you guys this. I talked about it in my videos, and I know y'all probably did too. We didn't really touch on this. How big of a loss do you think Nick Sirianni will be if he can't return? Now, he thinks he's going to be able to return. And shout out to Justin. Everybody hit that like button. You already know. But he thinks he's going to return. If he doesn't, they set in place for the timeouts, the when to go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 3, punts, field goals, which way they kick it, heads or tails. That will be Kevin Patullo because he's already in them talks. He don't have a position to coach. Thought about giving it to the running back coach, Singleton, but they went with Kevin Patullo. Now, play calling is old Shane Steichen. Now, he said in his press conference, which I bet most of y'all already heard, is that he has been calling plays not by himself, but with Shane Steichen. Now, again, I think that could be Nick Sirianni just saying, he's my OC. He's been helping me throughout the week prepare a lot. I'm just going to say that to give him his confidence. Like, I don't know if it's legitly him really like, all right, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. If it's that much of a collaborative effort, do you have any worries that a division opponent, even though they stink and they're down in the dumps with State Farm quarterback starting, right? At least they got insurance. You sack them 5 times, they're insured. Do you have any worries like, dang, we're not doing what we do, or dang, we're doing something different with these guys shadowing if Sirianni doesn't play or coach.
Yeah, who would have thought like 8 weeks ago we would even care if Nick Sirianni coached or what?
Now we
like for
running.
real. Like, I mean, yo, we was like, come on, Nick, run the ball. Matter of fact, hey, let your OC call the plays. Maybe he could do a better job. You know what I mean? But hey, we about to see. If he coaches or not, I really feel like it's more of a presence type of thing. Besides the play calling, I feel like and Nick Sirianni, people know he's the head coach. Win or lose, he's gonna get the blame. Now you're gonna put your OC or your passing coordinator, in the front stage. So how are they gonna perform? But I feel like, hey, we find our identity. The past 7-8 weeks that we are good to go, whether he coaches or not. I feel like that Jalen Hurts know the system enough right now. Run the ball, throw when you can, and our defense coordinator is still there. So basically, it's not like this crazy playbook we have. I mean, I'm seeing run 40 times a game. Like, you're running 40 times a game, and then you're passing 20, maybe 25 times a game. So I feel pretty confident. I hope that he recovers very well and hope that he can make it to the game on Sunday because he deserved his second division win. But hey, I feel great. I'm not panicking at all if he's not there or not.
Yeah, I agree with you, JC. I'm not panicking in any way. I actually don't think there's going to be too much of a drop off.
Yeah.
In any way, I feel like our identity has been solidified, has been embedded in the roster at this point. And when you think about it from the perspective of play call and so on and so forth, I forget where I read this or I saw this, but I think I heard Nick Sirianni say earlier in the season that Shane Steichen, he's responsible for the formations or the packages that we send out there, and then I decide what play we're going to do out of that formation or that package. So I think when you think about it from that perspective, it's going to be really interesting to see Shane Steichen actually make the situational decisions as to what play to call at what times, what down and distance, how are you going to approach, 3rd and 1, or how are you going to approach, 2nd and 8, you know what I mean? Like those key downs. How are you going to approach it if, there's a holding call or we're, dealing with like 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, maybe 3rd and 20, right? Those are going to be the really interesting things to see. But overall, I think this team knows who they are. They know what the goal is, and the fact that we run a lot, I think that takes a lot of pressure off the play caller to have to call something really extravagant. Just trust your O-line to do their job like they've been doing. And thank God this is happening against the Giants and not the Washington football team that second go around.
Yeah, I agree. I think once again 4 turnovers, and we still had 2 plays to take the lead by 1. So I think, if we just give I think this team knows what's going on. I think this team really feels what's in front of them. The young guys are excited. The old guys are like, this might be the last hurrah. That's why Fletcher Cox is in there, doing things he didn't do. The last dance. Because we do have some of them guys, but we do got some money to spend, some draft picks. I hate really talking about draft picks now because I feel like we stink then, right? I like talking about it when it's the time. And now we talk about the playoffs and Christmas and stuff. I just hope that none of these guys try to go outside of the system, right? Nick Sirianni is going to be coaching them up all through the week via FaceTime, the remote sessions and all that. Yeah. I don't want any of these guys. And Shane Steichen's not a young offensive coordinator. He's been around the league, but I don't want to be like, this is my time. I'm going to try this, right? Nick Sirianni at home, I get reprimanded when I get off the – I'm going to do me because – Little things like this, right? Just say Jalen has his best game, or now it's the Giants, and so the footage is going to be poo-pooed on that. Oh, the Eagles beat the Giants. But when you're trying to eventually be a head coach or an OC, you want your best performances to come like the head coach weren't there, and these guys did this. So we might consider them for a job, right? Dennis Allen, he was a coach for the Oakland Raiders in 2012 to 2014. Trash. Now he's the Saints defensive coordinator. He's been getting a lot of buzz. Sean Payton doesn't come out and play against the Bucs. He's the head coach, and he knocked the GOAT down, right? That right there
Yeah,
could be enough
yeah.
to get him considered a head coaching job again. Man, he learned from his mistakes. So these guys see the opportunity, and I'm like, bro, don't worry about your resume. Worry about the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. Let's run the ball.
That's it. Hey, the
30
Browns.
It's something about Shane. Like it's something about Shane Saxon I trust. I don't know. It's something about him. Like I trust him to not deviate too much from what we do well.
Yeah, we'll be fine, man. I mean, I really feel like, hey, we'll be fine. I mean, like you said, I mean, the Saints, the Browns. I mean, there's another team. I mean, look, a lot of teams right now, this is the new norm. You know, your head coach go down, next man up. And a lot of them actually wins, you know. A lot of them actually perform very well. Just don't go too far off script. You know, we've been running the ball about 40 times a game the past 8 weeks. Just run the ball 40 times and just pass it 20. You know what I mean? So just don't go off the, you know, the railroads too much, you know. But yeah, I think we'll be fine. We had the perfect balance. Yo, this team is so balanced with young guys and vets. Yo, they're so balanced, man. And that's why I think that McLeod spoke, Nick Sirianni spoke, and Fletcher Cox spoke, because they know this is the time. This is it. Like, if this was a straight young team, anybody was going to speak. No. But they know, hey, this might be it. I think, they see the 50-meter target in front of them, and that is the Giants. That was the Washington football team at that time. Look, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Shout out to Marcus Kane with the $4.99 super chat. He dropped a super sticker. StreamYard don't show it, but I know he got the little guy saying hype. And that's what we need to do when we get out the tunnel, right? This is in Philly.
Yeah.
Giants got to come here and they got to get handled, right? They got to get handled, simple and plain. I do feel good about this game, and let's keep it rolling. We're on a winning streak. We got the NFC East left for a chance to get to the playoffs after being told by most of the media 4, maybe 6, right?
3-14. 3-14 was the max.
Yeah. But at least Vegas gave it where they said, like, you know how before the season they say bet if this team's going to win over or under this? Our over and under was set at 6. So that was a little bit more reasonable, right? But we already hit our over. Right? If you would have put $200 down at the beginning of the season, I forgot what it was. It was like I forgot what the odds were, but the over and under for the Eagles was 6 games. That means you can't get 6. That means the Eagles won 7 or more, you would have cashed your money. And when you looked at the season early, people were probably looking at their bets like, dang, we 3-8, or 3-5, or not 3-8, 3-5. Yowzer. But guess what? We already got 7. Hey, if you go back, I did a stream with Simone Stanley. Shout out to her. Simone with the sports, cool chick. She knows her football. She knows football. We both, right? She was a little higher than me, and I wasn't down on the Eagles, right? But I said, some of the games I think we're gonna win, we might lose, vice versa, blah blah. I had it at 9 and 8. Now the hype side of me would have put me maybe crossing the 10. But my legit side said 9 and 8. So if we win 2 of the next 3, I'm on the money with it. I'll take all 3 though. I'd rather be wrong.
Yo, I had us at 10 at 7.
I had us at 10 at 7.
I had us
at 10 at 7.
Yep. I made a video and it was like 10 and 7. Congratulations to Philadelphia Eagles, divisional champs. But look, it still might happen. There's still a way. There's still look, the percentage is this, right? The calculation like 500. Like, hey, look, if you do the calculation, I'm telling you right now. Look, if Dallas lose to the Washington football team,
they gotta lose out.
Yes, exactly. But the Cardinals is next. The Cardinals is next.
The Cardinals look human though. So, they look flawed. D-Hop not there. Kyle look different without D-Hop.
Yeah, but have you seen the Cowboys play?
Kyler's my fantasy quarterback, and I'm trying to get to that Super Bowl. So we need Kyler to start winning games.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm telling you right now, the Cowboys could be beat the next 3 games. Week 18 at Philly. Yo, we win that game, right? We all tied at 10-7. We need some magic to happen. And we could win the division. 10-7. I'm telling you. Christmas miracles, man. Yo, hey, that's my favorite movie anyway. Miracle on the 34th Street, whatever it is. But I'm telling you right now, it could happen. We could still win this division. But did you know if we went out, we can't win? Like, we can't even make the playoffs if we went out unless we get some help. So either way, we need help.
Yeah,
we need help. So we need help too.
If the Vikings beat the Packers and the Rams, well then the football gods hate us. The football gods hate us.
Listen, they're not beating them. I don't think the Vikings are going to beat the Packers. They beat them earlier.
The Lions just beat the Cardinals, my guy. The Lions just beat the Cardinals.
I know, but I just don't see. That's one thing I don't see happening.
Vikings, put your money on it. Go put your money on it. If you 100%,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Packers need to redeem themselves and lose to the Vikings earlier in the season. True. Remember they lost like, what was it, 36-33 or something like that? It was a shootout.
Close one.
Very close. And then actually Aaron Rodgers did everything he needed to do. Defense just folded. So I actually think it's gonna be a different story this go around.
Oh, I agree. Shout out to Michael with the $5 super chat. He said, we own, I repeat, own the little G-men. I'm calling it a massacre in the line. I'm with you, Mike. What a great name, by the way. I'm with you, Michael. We gonna get this done. And with that being said, shout out. We still got 202 people in the Chizat. We hit that. We got over 100, but I'll still take some more. It's free. It's easy. And it don't cost a thing. Shout out to some of the regulars that be in here.
Nina, what's going on?
Nina, what's going on?
2020 Vision, G Fisher, Paul, the Wicked One, Nick, Mad Hatter, Cryptolicious still here. I Drip, all you guys. Shout out to you guys. And the people who don't comment and just watch, we still appreciate you. Eyes are everything as well. With that being said, an hour and 16 minutes, we all feel confident about this game. There's no way they're spoiling Christmas because I'll be in the Christmas spirit all the way to January, right? I don't go back to work until January 3rd, and I don't expect to see the Eagles lose a game while I'm on my couch. They better not at all.
I'm with you on that, man.
1 second.
I'm with you on that, man. Like I don't expect them to lose either, my man. Like, that would really soil you the holidays for me.
Here we go.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Wait, hold on.
Yo, I got the exact one you do.
That's crazy. He said I got the exact one. That's crazy.
My wife came home on not the day before Monday, right? I forgot. I'm thinking we played on a Sunday or Monday. I keep forgetting we played on Tuesday. So on Monday she came home and she gave, and I swear it's the exact one because it has like 2 cherries on the other side, right? Is it like?
Yeah, it got
right there.
I swear to God, she got me the same one. I got the same one. I was gonna wear it. I was gonna wear it on my video tomorrow. I wasn't gonna do it right now, but my video tomorrow, I was gonna wear that, and I swear she got me the same one. I was trying to look to the side. I'm like, is that the cherries? Because that's I know or whatever it is, the little ornaments or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's crazy. I'm gonna be rocking that tomorrow. It's tough.
Yo, I did a whole play-by-play with my ugly sweater that I wore to work, but it was an Eagle sweater, with birds all over, with this hat on all day and stuff like that. Yo, I mean, look, I represent the birds regardless, man. Everywhere I go, I got birds on, so it is what it is.
Yes. So with that being said, that's it for this episode of the up and coming round table. Shout out to BG31. He was supposed to be here, but I don't follow no rules. I hit these guys up at 2:49 talking about, yo, can y'all be ready at 3:30? I didn't put it up on YouTube till like 3:05.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. As soon as you hit me up, I was like, bro, I'm there. What you need? What's up? I'm there.
Yo, what's the prediction though? I mean, we didn't do our prediction, our keys to victory. This is Thursday, man. The game is on Sunday.
We got this. Hey, chat, let us know. We're gonna bring a take from Battle Birds podcast, right? So what we do on Battle Birds podcast is we say our offense and defensive player. We try to leave Jalen Hurts out because that's the quarterback, right? Find a guy. If you really want to pick him, you can. So offense, defensive player, score prediction, and then we are out. Chat, let us know because I'm gonna have to steal one of y'all's if I'm going last and they take some good ones. So go ahead, Tone, you can go first. Offense, defensive player, and then your score prediction.
All right, so my offensive player of the game. Uh, you know what? I'm going to say my offensive player of the game will be Devontae Smith. I feel like he's looking for some revenge against the New York Giants because he didn't get that rock to win the game. So I think Devontae Smith is going to come out and really try to put the burners on. On defense, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Josh Sweat. He needs to earn that money still. Josh Sweat, he's been. I feel like we're not getting enough. I feel like we're not getting exactly what we need from him. So I'm expecting Devontae Smith and Josh Sweat to come in and do their thing. As far as my score prediction goes, it's a division game, so it's going to always be competitive to some degree. So I'm going to say Philadelphia Eagles 29, New York Giants
Oh
14.
shit. Mad Hatter had the same thing with the Smith Sweat combination.
Oh yeah, that's fly. So yeah, Eagles are 29, uh, New York Giants 14. And my guys are Sweat and Devontae Smith.
All right, JC, you up.
Look, hey, I'm gonna go with Miles Sanders, man. Yo, he became what the back-to-back 100+ yard rusher. What since 2015? I guess it was the stats came out. So, hey, I think that he's gonna score 2 touchdowns this game. Miles Sanders, big breakout game against the Giants, 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. And my defensive player is Big Play Slay, a pick six. Long neck Mike Glennon, State Farm, whatever, who's playing back there. I think Big Play Slay, he got named to the Pro Bowl. Congratulations, Big Play Slay and Jason Kelsey. We didn't even talk about the Pro Bowl snub, but it is all it is, Mike. But hey, but hey, Big Play Slay, a pick six. So he's my defensive player. And my score is this: the Philadelphia Eagles. This is only the second time they won a game without putting up 30, and they should have put up 30, but Nick Sirianni decided to go for it on fourth down with like a minute left instead of kicking the field goal. But I have them. The Eagles had to put 30. It's 30-13. Philadelphia Eagles, 30-13.
Oof, oof, oof. And I love picking Slay. Like I said, I'm gonna have to keep saying this.
Slay.
But I'm gonna let you rock with him. And I called for Slay a pick six against the Washington football team in my BBP preview, but he locked up though, so that was good enough. So on the offensive side of the ball, dare I say it, back to back to back big games. I don't know if it's quite 100, because if he does that, hold up, wait a minute, NFL, watch out, Dallas Goddard. He coming. He is excited that he has back-to-back 200-yard games, so 200 in the last two. But I know it's eating him up that he ain't catching these little gimmies, because he gets yak, and he is a big dog running the ball, and he loves doing that, putting people on their back. So I'm going to go DG again, because Hurts is going to find him. Hurts is, I think, the connection. Oh, man, he caught that ball for me. I'm going to keep feeding him. And on the defensive side, so many that I want to see do good, but a guy I think is going to really wreak havoc the rest of this year. We talked about it. Fletcher Cox. Yep. Fletcher Cox.
I like that.
The way he's just the different vibe he was sending
is that time
against the Washington football team, knowing that he's the veteran guy. He looks over there. BG's not there. He's like, I got to be the one. I got to start it. I got a dog next to me in Hargrave. Barnett is not getting to the quarterback, but he's putting some pressures. So with that being said, I think Fletcher, who was MIA throughout the season, he was. I'm not excusing that. But I live in the moment. And right now, if he can get me 4 straight monster games and get us to the playoffs, I'm rocking. So I'm going Dallas Goddard, Fletcher Cox, and I got the Eagles scoring. I'm going to go 27 again. I'm going to go 27, but I like the 10. 27-10 defensive game. Shutting them down. 27-10. Get the little man up out of here.
Okay. All right, look. Hey, I like it. Hey, real quick. Hey, one little thing. The Pro Bowl came out, man. The Pro Bowl list came out. Like, I'm irked by it. I'm really, really irked by it. How in the world is Tyron Smith and Zach Martin? They missed more games than Mariota and Lane Johnson, but still, and we are the #1 rushing defense. How are they? I guarantee you, if the Dallas Cowboys was the number one rushing defense, their whole line would have been on the Pro Bowl, like in the Pro Bowl. Their whole line.
I'll give you Lane. I listen. Shout out to Malata. He's good and he's gonna get better. I don't think he played up to a Pro Bowl status the whole season, but Lane definitely did. He's a top 3 right tackle in the game right now. I think what hurt him is the absence of 3 game absence due to the
mental health, right?
Yeah. Which listen,
it was about 2 games. It was 2 games. He missed 2 games.
But he only missed 2 games throughout the whole season. I thought he missed more than that.
I thought Lane missed 3.
That's what I thought.
I don't know. But I mean,
but the bottom line is it's a popularity contest.
What about
you guys?
Jake Elliott though? Jake Elliott.
He got burnt. He got burnt.
He definitely got burnt. That's messed up, my man. And not only is he probably, to me, the best kicker in the NFC. I mean, you got some dogs over there in the AFC with Justin Tucker and all that. But he had such a bad season in 2020. So for him to be 93%, missed like 2 field goals, knocking him down after coming off a bad year, right? Good kickers are good kickers. He went from people wanting him out to people saying, Jake the Great, whatever you want to call it. So my snubs would have been Jake, Lane, and maybe Hargrave, because I think he did so much at the beginning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he still kept it legit throughout the season with pressures, and stopping the run is as important as sacking them. Maybe not important as sacking, but it got to get figured in with it. So I definitely think they were mine. If I had to go in order, the biggest snub had to be Jake Elliott to me. Then I would say second Lane, and I would say third Hargrave. There's some other. I like Avonte Maddox for a slot, not general corner, for a slot, but I don't know if they graded that way. Do you guys have any guy I didn't touch on that you think got kind of
not really?
Hey, Mariota, man, I really feel like Mariota should have been. I'm telling you right now, if you look at his numbers, man, I think he missed 1 game, but he probably give up 1 sack the whole year. Like, he's the blind side. You can't have a perfect replacement for JP than Mariota. He only gave up 1 sack the whole year. This dude is it. Your PFF every week, he's being graded as the top left tackle, and how you keep him out of the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? And then you put Lamar Jackson.
I'm gonna look.
It's a popularity contest, bro.
Exactly, because Lamar Jackson is trash this year. I'm sorry. He's in the Pro Bowl. Lamar Jackson. Come on, man.
And that's why
Lamar Jackson, you're talking about the quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
He hasn't been trash.
What?
I don't think he's been trash.
Touchdown, 14 interceptions this year.
Oh, wow.
Fairly
trash. Yes.
Wow, that's pretty bad, actually. Let me look that up.
Jalen Hurts have a better is either 18-14 or 16-14.
We can't argue Jalen Hurts in the Pro Bowl, though.
No.
He's an alternate. He's an alternate right now.
No, I'm saying that Jalen Hurts stats is better, touchdown, interception than Lamar Jackson. Look it up.
Oh wow, you're actually kind of right. And on top of that, Lamar, look here. So here's Lamar Jackson's stats right now. Lamar Jackson is completing 64% of his passes. He's averaging a little over 7 yards an attempt, 300 yards a game, 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He's been sacked. He's been sacked 38 times.
How many rushing yards he got?
He has 767 rushing yards.
Jalen Hurts
averaging almost 6 yards a run. He only has 5 big plays on the season, which means that
how many rushing touchdowns he got?
Which basically is a 20+ yard rushing play. So he only has 5 20+ yard rushing plays.
He started out the season really hot.
And
that's why I stopped paying attention to him.
And here's another thing too. Here's the caveat. He only has 2 rushing touchdowns.
10 rushing touchdowns, Jalen Hurts. Come on, Mike.
So basically, Lamar Jackson only has 18 touchdowns on the season to Jalen Hurts is what, 23, 24, something like that?
Yeah. Come on, man. So this is how you know that this whole Pro Bowl is rigged. It's a popularity contest.
Hurts has 24 touchdowns.
Lamar was in there, to be honest.
He's
paid attention to who the Eagles sent in there and some of the NFC. I didn't really pay attention to the AFC because you can't really fight against the AFC. I'm always looking at who are we better than or not better than in the NFC. But real quick, shout out to Mullet petition for Alvarado with the $2 or two. I mean, I don't know what that is in whatever currency you're giving me, but appreciate. I think it's $2, but yeah, I mean, appreciate you, my guy. He said no
Lamar Jackson made it. He's right.
Wow. No immaculation interceptions. Please, got it, right? Like, just if you drop it, let it hit the ground. Just make sure it hits the ground. Drop it hard. Drop it like it's hot.
At this, I'm pissed, man. Look, it is what it is. But I told you, at the numbers,
Jalen Hurts alternate, right? So wait, who's the NFC quarterbacks?
All right, so the NFC quarterbacks are Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Kyler Murray. I can't
get mad at that. Yeah,
I'm mad at that.
Who are the AFC ones?
AFC ones is Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson.
Wait. Didn't Tom Brady get named to his 15 straight his 15 a Pro Bowl? Tom Brady is in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he just said Rodgers, Brady, Murray.
Yep.
No, this should be Stafford got snubbed. Stafford should have been in there.
I don't know. I don't think so. I like Stafford, but he kind of fell off a cliff. Like they lost like 3 games in a row. Like you know what I mean?
Look at their stats, man. Hey, you're not looking at stats, man. Hey, y'all look at the name.
Kyler Murray's look at good.
Kyler Murray.
He missed 4 games. How the hell you get?
All right. So,
that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Come on, man.
Pull up the stats between Stafford and Murray.
Got you. No problem.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, man. There's no way that I'm telling you, Stafford got snubbed as a quarterback. Come on, man. Yo, Cooper Kupp is on the verge of winning Triple Crown. Yo, he has that much TD over Kyler Murray. I'm telling you right now.
All right, here we go. All right, so
now remember 4 games missed, so you got to put that in per game kind of thing.
Right. So Kyler Murray has only played 11 games this year. Yeah. Whereas Matthew Stafford has played 14 games. So we know that. We got that in perspective. So Kyler Murray in 11 games, 3,039 passing yards, a 69% completion percentage, averaging 300 yards a game, 20 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Also on the ground, on the ground, believe it or not, Kyler Murray doesn't have that many rushing yards. He only has 270 rushing yards, and 5 rushing touchdowns. So he doesn't necessarily rely on it. So 25 total touchdowns with 300 and with about maybe 300 total offense, something like that. Yeah. So 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Okay.
And 10 he ain't lose a fumble. All right, anyway. So now Matthew Stafford through 14 games, he has over 4,000 passing yards. He has 35 touchdowns.
Oh my God.
10 interceptions, and obviously Matthew Stafford isn't really running. So, those are the numbers pretty much.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
3 games, but look, you gotta think 3 games at 300 yards per game will be close to 4,000. I think that Matthew Stafford, I didn't know he had 35. I thought he was like around 29, 31 maybe at the most.
I see your point. I see your point from a stat perspective. I guess I just look at it as like, Matthew Stafford, like there was a point in the season where they lost like 3 straight games, like in 3 straight games, and that didn't really look good. You know what I'm saying?
And see, remember this: Pro Bowl is by the fans and also by the other players. So it is popularity contest. It's also this though, right? These players know who they fear when they step up, right? Because we've seen seasons where Ryan Fitzpatrick for 10 weeks. Holy crap! Why ain't he been a quarterback for the same team for years, right? So what they're saying is like, I know it should be only this year, but my thing is this: if I'm going against, I still think I like Matthew Stafford. I thought once he became a Ram, they were going to do some things. But I just think that Kyler Murray was playing nicked up. I think healthy though. I'm more afraid of Murray, even in his young tenure. He's a bad man. I like him. I think he's going to be a beast for a long time.
Yeah, I think Kyler's still a little hurt. I think Kyler's still dealing with something.
Shout out to Stu Vision real quick with the $5 donation. Lamar has to cover for injuries on both sides of the ball. He's basically Carson Wentz last year. Stop it right now. I will say this though. Look, the Pro Bowl also goes by how you're winning games and if you're winning games for that position, because certain positions are more important for wins. Like a left tackle, a left tackle got to be stats. Wins don't matter because left tackle got to be stats because you're not touching the ball all the time. Quarterback goes stats/wins. And I will say this: they lost like every running back. They lost some offensive lineman players, and let's not act like they don't have not their first corner, their second corner, but top 3 corners. The Ravens have been like we have been, right?
No, you're right.
So when we were praising Wentz for doing this with bad guys, I mean, his stats ain't good. But what is the Ravens' record? I don't even think the Ravens are. They're in the middle. They're like 5 or 6 losses. Right?
The Ravens have like 8 wins, something like that. The Ravens
like
are
8 and 6.
I can tell you right now, the Ravens are currently 8 and 6.
Yeah, so they're not, and they lost their last one that Lamar didn't play.
But they're still first in the division. So,
I mean, I guess
no, they're not first. No, the Bengals are first in the division. The Bengals lead that division. Yep, the Bengals, because I remember watching this last game. I think it was on Monday night, whatever.
you're
Bengals.
right. You're right. They actually have the same record, but the Bengals, I think, own the tiebreaker.
Have the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what it
we'll
is.
see.
I need the Bengals to keep. Listen, I'm in 3 leagues, and listen, shout out to the chat. Listen, I need everybody to be more involved. If you want, one of my leagues is Fist Vegas's league. He got like 500 LB, a couple of us in it, but I do fantasy leagues for some of my community members. I mean, some of my channel members, and I also, as long as you consistent and you mess with me, we do an unchannel member thing too. And so it's always a $50 buy-in. I got 2 different leagues with just subscribers, and the 1 subscriber league, I was straight booty because I got a lot of injuries. I had McCaffrey, I had a bunch of guys who fell off, but my channel member and the Fist Vegas one with LB and them, chances to win some money. But check this out real quick before we get about here. Kelsey's not playing for me. Brandon Cook's not playing for me. Adam Thielen not playing for me, most likely. Austin Eckler not playing for me, likely. And 3 of them are from COVID, 1 from injury. So if my guy get injured, so I was gonna win. I might lose this week. Listen, Kyler Murray's my quarterback though. With all of them. So I'm going to need Kyler Murray to turn up. But Kelsey carried me last week with the 41 piece. It was legit. It was tough.
Hey, look. Hey, I can't. This weekend is going to be the most exciting weekend in football. Like, us Eagle fan about to be Rams fan. I mean, we about to be other team fans because we need help. And I can't wait. This weekend is going to be exciting all across the board. Hey, I'm cheering for Washington football team. I still think that Philadelphia Eagles could possibly win the division, but we will see. But I'm cheering for the Washington football team. They go. Hey, they are bringing their COVID benches to Dallas Cowboys Dome Stadium, 80-degree weather. Their butt gonna be on fire, but we're about to see if they can put it off.
Hey, I'm with you. And like I said, you definitely got to pay attention to the landscape of the NFL. The Vikings beat the Packers earlier in the season, right? I don't think they can do it twice. We need the Rams and the Packers to come through.
And the Bears, man. And the Bears bumping.
Go ahead. It might be Nick Foles. Nick Foles is going to be the starter for the Bears now because for this week. I don't know if it'll be when the Vikings play him. So Nick Foles, because Justin Fields, I forgot how he got out, but
he got hurt again.
He got hurt again, and then of course you already know that what's his name is done, Dalton. So Nick Foles, he gets in there, let him spread that magic and go ahead and take care of some of the guys we need to. Now the Niners are rolling now. The Niners are one of them teams that I think if they get into the playoffs, another team might be scared because they got to run again. You know why the Niners are scary? Because they're running the ball again.
We're like the Niners.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What do teams hate to play against in December? First of all, hitting the ground every single play hurts. It hurts worse when it's 23 degrees outside.
Ooh, that grass be stiff.
So if we get to play a team in the cold, if we don't got to go to no dome and we can run the ball, hey, watch out, NFL. But with that being said, shout out to y'all. We've been here an hour, 39 minutes. My wife about to divorce me on Christmas Eve. Eve. Nah, I'm just kidding. She's cool with it. I'm always on here. I always say an hour, and I always go longer than an hour. It is what it is. Titans versus Niners tonight, Thursday.
Oh yeah, that is.
I got
Huge.
George Kittle though on my other one, so Kelsey's missing on my one. I need GK
Hey,
to.
Hey,
I need
question for
Titans to win
y'all.
that game. I need Titans to win.
Hey, so I have a Tannehill and Josh Allen, but I can only start one. Who am I starting tonight? Or the Bills play the Patriots.
That's a good defense.
Oh man, so it's like
Wait,
Tannehill against
who's
San
that?
Fran.
I'll still pick Josh Allen just because of the upside. Just because of the upside. Are you in the? So you're in the playoffs, right? Of course.
Yeah.
I'm in the playoffs.
playoffs,
I'm in the playoffs. My fantasy league too.
I'm in
I'll be-
$500 league, man. Yo, I'm
$500 buy-in.
No. Nah,
I was about to say, damn.
the cash out. The cash out is $500.
I was going to say, yo,
Hey.
JC, get to it.
Yeah, because my one league is a $50 buy-in, the one that I host again.
Yeah, $50 buy-in.
Yeah, but the Fist Vegas Philly 500 LB Entertainer and some Jacksonville I can't even say it. Jaguars because his name is Jagging Off. So I wanted to say Jagging Off.
Oh, hey, what's his name again? What was his name?
J-A-G off.
Wait, Jagging.
I know that's his name on YouTube.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I wanted to say Jaguars and Jagging Off at the same time, so I couldn't do it. Anyways, that's $100 buy-in. And shout out to LB. I love LB. LB missed the playoffs by like a half a game. He lost a tiebreaker. So shout out to LB. Man. But I'm in there, so we need to work. We need to get that work done. But
so Josh Allen, right? All right, I start Josh Allen.
When he loses, he's gonna be hitting me up on
Yo,
Twitter.
I'm about to come on, hey YouTube. But nah, it's all good, man. Because I was leaning towards Josh Allen because he could run the ball.
You got that upside.
Yeah, he has a higher ceiling than a Tannehill. But hey,
we got to do this again. Like I said, I'm always ready to collab with as many Eagle content creators and Eagle fans as I can find. I'm just on a busy schedule, and like I said, as y'all know, I hit y'all up at 2:49. Next time, I'm gonna try to do it with a little bit more time. You know what I mean? At least a day.
It's all good, bro.
But I think this was a successful live stream. Shout out to the still 167 in the chat. We're not even talking Eagles. Still rocking with us. Appreciate y'all. Merry Christmas to everybody in the chat. Go check these guys out. Chalk It Up Sports, JC Eagle Talk, search bar, type it in, and you got them. On that note, Merry Christmas, go Eagles, and we are out.
Go Birds.